say that, Martin?
You know I said it, and furthermore, you know the punch.
The context has to be insanity.
Well, Malcolm, is love insane?
No, but we ain't talking about love.
Well, you want to read it? No.
I try not to inflict suffering on myself more than I could bear, you know. I suppose my capacity for that is not as large as yours.
Malcolm, you're not before an audience, okay? You have an audience of one. There are no cameras, no film, and I'm not sharing.
I don't need...
Brother, so you can stop with the sarcasm and your flippant remarks.
I don't need any cameras, and I don't want any audience, sir.
And Malcolm, I didn't come here to debate you. So you can stop with the contest.
The contest is more than a debate, Doctor.
All right.
Yes, it is.
All right, brother. How's about an arm wrestle?
Me?
Yes, you, Malcolm.
Brother, you don't want it.
Brother, you know. Brother, look, I had a dream.
You had a dream. All right. Well, God bless you. God bless you in that dream. But me and my people, I believe me and my people will win by any means necessary.
Well, there, Malcolm, you satisfied?
Wish it were that easy, Doctor.
And why is it that when you refer to me as doctor, I get the distinct impression that I should feel insulted?
I suppose it's my street accent. You know, having not had the university training that one had, my words appear sometimes too harsh.
But you're being too modest, Malcolm. And it's doubtful that Harvard invites someone to lecture who has the difficulty of being understood by the people.
They didn't bring me there to lecture. They brought me there to be embarrassed. But then, I don't embarrass easily. And since Harvard didn't have anything I wanted, I never felt the need to apologize for not having it. Of course, there were an ample number of so-called Negroes who were there who seemed to just have a whole bunch of apologies all bunched up for just one occasion.
And Malcolm, do you see me as that kind of Negro?
No. But I see you being used by white folks, whether you intend to be or not, which is why they'll erect monuments to you before you're through.
Well, I hardly doubt that, Malcolm. Seems like the mention of your name is likely to cause a great deal of attention. They may even name whole cities that
You got the award, Martin.
Yes, I got the award on behalf of fighting for injustice.
White people gave you the award, Doctor. I mean, doesn't it worry you just a little bit that the people who are doing most of the oppressing is also the ones giving out the awards? You know what? I think you must have impressed them the most when you said, and I quote, "If blood has to flow in the streets, let it be ours."
The award.
If blood has to flow in the streets, let it be ours.
The award was for peace.
No. No. The award was for getting beaten and not fighting back.
And did it ever occur to you that perhaps you were more responsible for the blood flowing of our people rather than I,
No.
and that your speech
No, not once,
not
ever, not ever. Aggression in the name of self-defense is not violence. It's honor. We have to begin to do for ourselves, to think for ourselves, and not let the man shape our values for us. Because you know what, bro? He has some tricky logic. Oh, yes, he does. He'll make us think that defending our communities is wrong, that defending our families is violence. When you hear a tango, you tango, right? Simple as that. But when they don't want you to tango, you stop dancing. And maybe we can waltz and walk all polite like with black ties and white gloves on.
And don't you think, Malcolm, that we have made any progress?
Progress.
Yes, progress.
Progress.
Brother, yes.
Martin, you got the concession because I was the alternative. They threw some money, some legislation, and some cracker-controlled programs in to make sure that nonviolence would win out. Except we were the only ones to remain nonviolent. If they kill me first, you won't have anything to negotiate with. But if they kill you first,
Malcolm, they are not going to kill you.
If they kill you first,
nonsense to me.
If they kill you first, they simply can't let me live. They'll make you into a martyr, Martin. They'll hold up your nonviolent tactics up to the world as a testament to your courage. People will hold it up for so long they won't even recognize the contradiction. You were killed preaching it. I'm sorry, brother, but we can't learn anything from martyrs anymore. I'm sorry.
Well, Jesus was a martyr.
Yes,
Malcolm.
yes, he was. He was. But 2,000 years ago, it was possible to kill a leader and not kill a movement. Nowadays, it's right in front of your face, flashed across the big screen with the same and unrelenting message. When you lead, you die. When you lead, you die. How long will we continue to teach that to our children?
Now listen to me, Malcolm. I have no martyr complex. Now look, I want to live a long life, and I want to see my children grow.
As you should.
And I want to be a father to my children and do the things that a father is supposed to do. But if I have to die so that my children do not face a spiritual death, then I will do that. So that this country is faced with its own injustice and forced to see it, then I will do it.
Hallelujah.
Malcolm, don't do that with me, all right? Now listen. All right, now look. Jesus gave this movement a spirit 2,000 years ago. And Gandhi, he gave it a method. Now black people today of this nation will forge that spirit with a method and will create a weapon of love. And Malcolm, we will live as brothers and sisters. Because if we do not, well, brother, we will most certainly perish as fools.
God bless you, brother. But I don't know if you noticed. This ain't the country, Reverend. They stack families on top of families out here. Black man on top of black man. Till he can't move, till he can't breathe. And you know what you do when you can't move or breathe? Do you know what you do? You either die or you strike out and someone else dies. Martin, there's the woman. It could be a curse to be young and fine out there on those streets. And Martin, there's the drugs. The drugs.
I'm not.
If you push enough drugs out there for a long time, people will believe in anything. Why? They'll even believe in your dreams, doctor.
Malcolm, I can't change.
Everyone can change.
You know that I cannot change.
Everyone can change.
I can't change, and neither can you.
Well, if you can't change, can you at least get angry?
Angry. All right, I'll tell you. When I led my first march, Malcolm. Boy, listen, I'm trying to tell you something, all right?
Go ahead, sir.
Now look. When I led my first march, I was surrounded by all kinds of people. Older women who found it harder to walk across the room somehow found strength to march with me and my congregation for miles. There was parents, Malcolm, with their children, and those children were holding in the hands of their younger brothers and sisters. Now, it was this big crowd of whites. And in the middle of the crowd of whites, there was a big bottle being thrown. And we all yelled up. But Malcolm's children, oh Lord bless their souls. But children have a need to know what's being done. And that bottle that was thrown, it cut the whole left side of her face. So what did we do? Well, we rushed over there to console her and to stop the bleeding on her face. Because we didn't have time to get angry back then. So what did we do? We marched up. We kept moving like nothing happened. And then, a few moments later, this big white man, must have been huger than the truck he was driving that night. He held something to a little boy. You want to know what he said to that little boy? He said, "Go home, you little nigger bastard." And Malcolm, I seen the look on that child's face. And I done seen it all. And I saw that he was hurt. And that little boy was scared. And most of all, Malcolm, that little boy, he was ashamed. And he had thought that he must have done something terribly wrong to have all that hate coming toward him. And he couldn't have been older than 7 or 8. So Malcolm, yes, I can get angry. And with all the history, that makes me a black man. I can get angry. But the difference is I use my anger, and I view it as that we cannot stop loving and we cannot stop believing. And that we can use this anger to prove all hate wrong. And that's how I get angry, Malcolm.
I just want to prove hate is less powerful. Is that wrong?
No, Malcolm, it is not. We deal with power just in different ways, that's all.
Yes. Yes, we do. You see our children bleeding and crying, and you seek to comfort them. You know what I see? I see the man with the rock in his hand, and I seek to stop him. And if I can't get to him before he throws another, I'll see to it that he'll never throw another one. Do you understand me?
My only thing is, Malcolm, what will that accomplish? There will just be another and another and another after that one being thrown.
Martin, even when the Russians went into Cuba with missiles, Kennedy didn't ask the people to forgive, pray, and love. No, he did not. You know what he did? He got even bigger missiles. And he told them to pack up and leave. That's why the country respected him, because they expected him to do that. That's why they left.
Malcolm, missiles are being built every single day in this country and out this country. And let me ask you, brother, do you honestly feel more protected with more and more missiles being built?
Brother, you can't see the contradiction, can you?
No, I cannot.
Martin, even when you marched, you needed the whole entire federal government. It took the entire one National Guard to enroll one so-called Negro into college. Now, let me ask you a question. What did you think those tanks were there for, huh? To help them with the books? No, you must be out of your mind.
Those tanks were there for a reason, for a very good reason, Malcolm. Those tanks were there to...
Can't even say.
Those tanks were there to hold a mirror in front of this country and show its own injustice that this country has been facing. To the people, Malcolm. To all kinds of people.
Doctor, it doesn't matter how good a football player you are. When the game is baseball, you better get yourself a bat. And if you've got problems swinging it, you ought to stay out the game.
And you know what, Malcolm? I'm sitting here thinking, somehow I had hoped that your trip to Mecca would have given you even a brighter vision, and perhaps, hell, even a greater compassion than that.
Martin.
But I see that it has not.
Martin, you don't leave the jungle unchained. You don't leave the lion tamed and leave the jungle unchanged, Martin. Yes, I saw things outside this country,
Outside this country, not America. Outside
that
this
sometimes
country.
My heart couldn't or wouldn't let me see before. I saw whites when they talked about color. made it seem incidental, like talking about a suit or a sunset. But here, when the man talks about color, you know exactly what he means. You see it in his expression. You hear it in his tone. He means he's on top and you're not. It's all about power and privilege. And the one in power always decides what the privilege is going to be. Now, doctor, we aren't the ones in power. And we won't be until we gain control of our own lives and our own thinking and our own freedom.
You want to free blacks.
Yes, I do.
And black people only. That's what you want. You want to free black people only. I want to free America. Because we will not move forward if we are not united and we will not do this and march together, Malcolm, and that's your problem.
Say that again.
Missiles that I want to free America. That's what I want.
You can't see what's happening to us, can you? 5 years from now, 10 at the most, whites won't have anything to do to us. We'll be doing it to ourselves. Brother, do you know that some of the brothers who participate in your nonviolent movements or sit-ins, whatever you call it, do you know what they do after they get their heads split open? Do you know what they do?
What? What, Malcolm? Tell me. Say it out loud. What?
Do you know what they do after they get their heads split open? They go back to their own communities and commit violent acts. It's the rage, Martin! It's the balled up hurt inside that makes us strike out in any way we can, in any way that's possible. Black people are dying every day. Every day. Now, no. I can't free them from that rage. No, I cannot. But at least I can try to direct it to the right source.
Doctor. Listen. Don't they want the same thing? We, at the end of the day, I mean, come on, Malcolm. We want the same thing. We just want unity and respect. And for our people to stop dropping like flies. Yes, Malcolm? I'm not against you, Malcolm.
Let me ask you a question. Doctor, you want to buy coffee, right? I know I do. You want to buy coffee?
Malcolm, who doesn't want to buy coffee?
So
yes.
taking that as a yes. Yes, you do.
Yes, I want to buy coffee.
I want us to be able to sell it. And you want us to integrate the coffee shop. Is that correct?
Well, yes, it is. I do. And I think that would help.
I want us to be able to own it. And you want white people to hire us? I want us to hire ourselves. So no, Martin, we do not want the same things. It's getting late. My wife Betty and my 4 children tend to worry about my well-being at this time of hour, ever since the house bombing and death threats.
And relax, I'm gonna prayers, my thoughts and prayers. From my family, from my wife.
I send my regards to your wife and children and you. We should do this again sometime. Doctor.
Yes, Malcolm.
Assalamu alaikum. Brother.
And may the Lord be with you, brother.